Hello, everyone. So once again, it is time for us to talk about net neutrality. Now, I wasn't even aware of the fact that there was being some kind of action happening today because I've been just so centered in doing other things in the past couple of weeks, even months. You know, a couple of personal things. But anyway, I don't want to dwell too much on that. Point of the matter is, I woke up early today and I realized that once again we're doing something to try and promote net neutrality so that people can kind of understand what is going on. And I figured this time, for starters, I'm not particularly eloquent when it comes to talking about legal things and the reasons and why are people trying to destroy something which it simply should not even be touched at this point. So there's someone who has done it a lot better than me. There's a link in the description of this video / live stream for John Bain's video, who is, for those of you who don't know, that is Total Biscuit. And he puts it much more eloquently than I ever will, so I'm not going to bother trying to explain the problem too much. Let's just say that basically the ISPs, I believe this is mostly an American issue, but probably in Europe there's bound to be a couple of rotten apples in here as well, trying to basically make it so that they can dictate which websites you can watch, which websites get priority access, and all of these other things. They're basically trying to regulate your bandwidth and what you do on the internet, which right now they can't because the law doesn't allow them to do so. And this is why we've benefited from such a great environment over the internet. Whereas if they get... if they're able to successfully kill net neutrality with whatever laws they're trying to pass over there in the States. And here's the thing. Some people in Europe might even think, oh, this isn't really going to affect me, you know, because, like, it's in the States. And all I have to say is, do you even have a basic understanding of how the internet works if you think that something that happens in the United States is not going to affect you? It doesn't matter where net neutrality is broken in the world. It will affect everyone. Doesn't matter if it's in Europe, doesn't matter if it's in the States, doesn't matter. It's going to affect everyone when you're trying to access data that is coming from the place where net neutrality has been broken. So, in order for me to try and get people's attention, and hopefully you guys will share this once it becomes a VOD with your friends and your family so that they can actually understand, most people will tell you that I am particularly proud of the quality of the videos that I put out. Which is why you guys might be wondering, what's going on with the frames per second right now, Rurikhan? Like, this is some serious low quality stuff, and why can't I put my stuff higher than 480p? And there's a reason for that. It's because I'm trying to make a point. Because this is what your videos can look like if net neutrality is not upheld. As a matter of fact, I actually think this is looking too good. This is looking too good. I think we need to cut it down a little bit more to really make my point. I think I'm going to cut this down to half bit rate. So this is what you can expect. Now, obviously, it's not going to be exactly like this because, technically speaking, if net neutrality actually goes through, you would have buffering issues, like some serious buffering issues. So, like, the stream would constantly start and stop and start and stop and start. But for the purpose of eloquence, we're not going to go down that route. So here's what I'm going to do next. You guys have just been watching my face, which, even though I know it's a pretty face, but ultimately, it's not the best example to show you what your video is going to look like. So instead, I have Dark Souls 3 running in the background right now, and I'm going to pop that up. I'm going to pop that sucker up right now. Okay, so this is Dark Souls 3. And now imagine net neutrality goes forward. This is what your live streams can look like. And I'm not just talking about Dark Souls 3. I'm talking about live streams of anything. Like, you can be watching someone playing Dota, Pub Battlegrounds, Paragon, whatever. And it can look like this. Now, I'm not sure if I'm making my point all that well, but basically, if I just turn the camera too much, you guys can barely see any detail whatsoever. Like, forget HD. You know what I'm saying? Like, these, we're talking pixels bigger than your thumb. Okay, this is the kind of quality that you expect. And on top of that, you can expect it to be constantly buffering. Okay? And now you guys are like, oh, I don't watch YouTube. I don't watch live streams of video games. And it's like, okay, you know what else is streamed video? Facebook. Facebook has a lot of streamed video. Twitter has a lot of streamed video. Instagram has a lot of streamed video. Do you consume video in any of the locations I just mentioned? No? Still no? Okay. How about this? How about Netflix? How would you like to watch Breaking Bad with... Actually, Breaking Bad might be at 24 frames. So how would you like to watch it at this current resolution with the artifacting that we have going on now? How would you like to watch that? Huh? Does that look good? You think that looks very good? Because I don't know. I mean, I'm looking at the real thing, but every now and then I take a look at the stream, and I think it looks like ass, and I'm ashamed to have this kind of content on my channel, to be completely honest. But ultimately, this is what video consumption can look like. And I'm just talking about video. I'm talking about everything. You're talking about downloading stuff. You're talking about downloading video games. Prepare to like be, especially now when video games are like 50 gigs a pop, prepare to be waiting for like a week while you're trying to download the latest and greatest video game through PSN. Actually, since it's PSN, it might actually be 2 weeks. A week would be like Steam standards. So, you know, if you want to wait for a week in order to download the latest and greatest games on your PC, on your Xbox, on your Nintendo Switch, whatever, that's cool. If you want to watch Netflix with this resolution and frame rate that I'm giving to you guys right now, that's cool. If you think this is acceptable level of detail for watching live streams on Twitch, then that's cool. I guess you don't really have to worry that much about net neutrality. However, if you actually care about any of the things that I've been talking about, then you should definitely consider taking action. And there's a link in the description of this video as well, where you guys can take action. So make sure to please watch Total Biscuit's video, because he goes over it much better than I ever can, because he's much more eloquent than I am. But also consider taking action, especially if you're in America. You can like write letters to your congressman and actually have a meaningful impact in the middle of this. But yeah, you know that 4K video streaming and stuff? Yeah, those people are going to have to either pay a whole lot more, or you're going to have to pay a whole lot more if net neutrality is not enforced. Hopefully I was able to make my point, and sorry for the low quality in this particular video / live stream. Thank you all very much for coming out and hanging out. And remember, please share this with friends, family, so that people are aware of what is happening right now. This is what video can look like in 2018. This could be the standard unless you pay extra to your ISP, who are already a bunch of greedy motherfuckers to begin with. So yeah, there you go. That's my take on net neutrality. Hopefully this helps illustrate the issue.